G'day guys, this is Sam here from Trade to Prosper, giving you another cryptocurrency update, and it's going well. I have been sick for close to a week now, but I'm trying to keep you guys up to date. So sorry I couldn't be online for a while, but I'll do my best at this point. Just bear with me if I do cough. What we have now with Bitcoin is pretty good bottom formation. It still hasn't broken out of our range, but it does look good. And the reason why it looks good is because of the total market cap is as well. So if our main resistance is here, if we break that main resistance, which is pretty much, so this is a daily chart, daily resistance. So 22,600 is our main resistance, and if it does complete that, then what we can do is apply Fibonacci for short-term targets, and what we just do is basically add our 1 there, and then we have these targets as we go, these levels. And if I put the price, we have that. Now This does also, in many ways, look like a reversal or continuation pattern. So it's very difficult to know which one it is. Um, it could be a continuous downtrend pattern, or it could be a reversal. It's at a key fib level, and that's the problem. Well, that's the hard part to figure out. Because if you look at this chart, if I was to expand this chart from a macro perspective, I do have these key levels, and I'm hoping it comes down to that level there for in the 12,000 range to really buy in. But at the moment, we can find that level fits with the previous top all-time high, so we're finding support. And in generally, I do think this will be a bit of a bull rally, a relief rally, and I'll have my moving averages here with the 200 daily moving averages as our peak, potential peak. So if price was to continue breaking to the upside, we have a number of resistance levels, a lot of resistance levels. If this is the next key level of 25, between 24.5 and 25, that is our main resistance. If this was to break to the upside, and I do feel like that it won't break past that. But if it was to continue on, I'll be looking at these moving averages coming down, along with the Fibonacci. And if we were to apply the Fibonacci to that level there, actually that level there, the 0.5 could be very possible, 29,000, and this is the neckline, and it's pretty much absolutely guaranteed that I feel that this will be a rejection. And those moving averages come down to that level of the 0.5 Fibonacci, and that's pretty much historical as well. We've seen historically this was a case where there's a rally and a rejection on some fib level, and the moving averages, 200 moving averages, were the main resistance. So if price was to continue on, I'll be looking to short. But anyway, that's what it is at the moment. For short term, we have another way of looking at this, which is Peter Schiff's pitchfork, and we can see that we are rolling to the same area of resistance, and you've got to be very careful. Could be a double top before we come back down. So I do see this doing this for a while before it goes up or goes down. We'll get some clues from this accumulation or consolidation. So let's move to what will influence the market. So here we've got the SP 500. The SP 500 has a macro formation, and I do feel, let's just get that back. If we were to break this level, so I can just do that for a sec. This trend line, if we break that trend line, that's been resistance, it completes this formation, and pretty much the target will be in this range here. That range fits to this fib fan level as well. So we have a number of possibilities, that or to the 200 moving averages around so. Ideally, I would like to have seen the SP 500 come down and touch this 200 weekly moving average for rally for a big. So this is not over and done with. If we get a rejection area is pretty much still there on the SP 500. So if we were to go, just clear this up a bit. So we have a number of moving averages. I think this is the 4-hour 200 moving average that's been acting as a resistance along the way, especially here. So this is our first obstacle, and then we got this top previous rejection from a climate sellout, to our automatic response. So that was our main resistance. So this band here is our main resistance band, and we need to see the SP 500 break above this band to actually see Bitcoin as well go further up. So they're pretty much synchronized in terms of resistance. So it's very difficult to say if it's going to go up or down. At this point, we got to watch, and that's pretty much it. A lot of traders believe that Bitcoin is on a. If we look at this Bitcoin is another bear flag type of scenario, and on this chart you can see what I've observed is the free wave drive, which is a harmonic, and it equals really the 200 daily moving average, and this is going to be a strong resistance level weekly. Sorry, the weekly 200 weekly moving average. So it's going to be a strong resistance. It's coming to it now. It's going to match it's going to match this previous resistance there where point D is. So we're going to see what happens there. Very close. I wouldn't buy now if you haven't bought. Just wait and see what happens. If we get to see price go above, so if this was just to break above it, then we can use this as a support level. Then we've got a potential to going higher. But at the moment, that's a strong move, and it's not the time to buy, unfortunately. So that's what we have. Ideally, this will be a relief rally, and we find some targets up here. So, and that will complete our A B move for a big mag. Still, I do believe we still got more further downs to go. I don't see how this could continue to go up. I just can't see that. Historically, we had our moves where we had our top, we had our bottom, and then a response, and then we had A, B, C. This is what we're doing right now. So we are likely to be here of the equivalent, doing something similar to that, finding resistance, and then coming back down. Because this was our top, this was our main bottom. This volume here was very low. The volume around here was all low. It's amazing that we even went that high. So that AB, we have an A, B, C in a macro level, but we can have a bigger A, B, C and a bigger bear market. But that is very difficult to figure out. We might just come back down here and then continue on. So we might have a double bottom here, but I do believe we will come down a bit further down to this range here for the bull market. So what we're looking for is a relief rally, good opportunity to make some money, but even better to look for short. And the best short is with these 200 moving averages along with some Fibonacci. If it was to get there, we could also find a resistance here, and it's just another continuation pattern, and then we come back down. No trading advice, but I like to see this 1.618. It's about 15,000 based on this structure. So there is a number of possibilities, and no one's going to tell you what it is. All we can do is watch out for those key levels. So for now, our key level of resistance is here. It's coming very close to it. So I have, if I look on this chart, 22,630. So it's 22,100 at the moment. So now $500, then we're going to find out if we get a rejection or not. And in most cases, this doesn't look like a reversal, put it this way, at all. It looks like a relief rally, but doesn't look like a reversal. A reversal usually has some other formation that looks like a reversal. This looks like more of a continuation pattern. And I had the mistake. I was right in the past where I thought this was a continuation pattern. I was pretty confident that this level here was a continuation pattern. Let's just put that there. And then when it came when it came back up again, I was confused. So let's go down. So this looked like a bear flag, and I was pretty confident that after these two rejections, that it was just going to come down. And when it went up, I go, okay, I'm wrong. And I think this is where the whales really played with us and got a lot of liquidity, and then push the price down. So this could be another situation where the whales are playing games with us. Because when volume is low, and it is, the whales could get the game on, get price moving around. So people start seeing price going up, thinking this is the reversal. They all jump in, price goes up, and they collect their liquidity, and goes down. So this market is going to be very difficult. It does not look like historical charts. You cannot go with historical on-chain data, and you cannot go with historical moving averages and so on. This market is very different because the environment is different. We have high inflation rates, we have high interest rates coming in, we have geopolitical scenarios and financial markets. This is going to be a difficult market to find the bottom. And all I can see, this is a relief rally of some sort. I have number of levels, and if you recall, in the past, I did this. I get the bottom, I find where it dropped, and you can see the 0.382 was our resistance all the way through. Until that breaks, we didn't get a real big move. And what was along with that? It was a few indicators. So if I was to look at these indicators, this level, and this is I've got a 5-day, okay. This level is a key level. So, so what we can do is apply the same rules. But it doesn't apply there, unfortunately. Let's have a look at another level. That could be a 0.382. Yes, it is. Here we go. So if it breaks above that, we're going to go to this level here. So our 0.382 level, and you can see how I did it. We need to see it close above this. The weekly is the same. So if I was to convert this to the weekly chart, you can see on the weekly, I want to see the weekly. I'll close this for a sec. This level on the weekly, actually, it's not that level, is it? The weekly is this level here, so I got that wrong. Let's do that. The bull market starts from here, this level. So we need to get there. The other one was 5 days. Okay, so close to 0. That is where we can feel confident that the bottom is in many cases. So in this case, this was where we became bullish in this area. Similarly here, we went bullish, and if we get to that level, we can be bullish. I like to see this. Well, this is crossing over, but we'd like to see it break that trend line. So that's a good indicator as well. On the 5-day, bit different. Let's see on the 5-day. No, we don't want that. Okay, let's do this. Things are looking bullish, but I don't think it's the bottom. Okay, so that's the double bottom based on the stochastic, and that's why we've got this move. Let's see how we go here. So we need to on the 5 day. Pretty much 5 days is another day to go. Oh, sorry guys. Like I said in the beginning, I've been sick for a while, so my throat's always the first one to really get affected. That 0.302 level is the key. So if I would just make that in really dark based on historical charts, our 0.382, let me just hide this for a sec. And just the same, we need to break this level as well to be bullish. And that will equate to the same level here, wouldn't it? Yes, it does. So that's our level. With this indicator, that will be our... So if we come... Okay. It's actually higher. Okay. It's actually higher than that. But I can use this as the early. And then the next level, if it goes above 0, I think this is the... Yeah. That band. If we go above that band, then we can look at from the 5 day perspective, we are bullish. Good thing is that we're getting a crossover. But anyway, this is what I'm thinking at the moment. Bit of a release rally, and then coming down lower to whatever value it could be. Total market cap's giving us a good idea. It's very much similar bucket. So here on my right, we've got the weekly chart, and I'm using Fibonacci, and it's pretty much got the support on the 1.618 from the Fib extension. So if I was to get that, put it in, you can see how I got that 1.618. Found the bounce, and this is from a total market cap. That is a reversal for the short term. And looking at closer, that does look like a nice move to the top side. And I do feel that this level here is going to be our resistance, potentially, the 618. And the moment we get this, the signals crossed over is probably when we hit the top. Now, why is it going up? The SP 500 hasn't really moved that much. Oh, what have I got here that's doing that? Okay, so it's not really moved. It's looking to move. I could still have this wrong. I can still put that line there as well, the horizontal. So we've got two levels of resistance. So this one's looking to break above. So it is bullish. And from this perspective, it's a descending wedge. And if we get a breakout, we see this AV move. So Bitcoin is doing well. On my top left corner, we have the US dollar. US dollar is slightly, so it's found resistance, and I do see it coming. I do believe US dollar is going to range in this area before it goes up again. If it goes below, then pretty much the bull market started. But I just see this coming down to this potential, either bouncing from there or bouncing from there. And if it comes down further, then it's going to be a bit of a rally for the stock market and crypto. So far, a bit of resistance, okay. What I'm looking for signals is stuff like this, where we see the MACD crossover. We see crossover, but we don't want to see it cross back over again. So just little signals like that. I like to see this RSI break this resistance trend line for going more. So what you do is you probably, I don't know, it's up to you. I put, say, 40% in, and if I see something more, then I'll add more into it. At least I'm in profit. So total market cap is looking good. Okay, and Ethereum against Bitcoin is found as a resistance. So that means the Bitcoin dominance is coming back okay. So what we have here is Bitcoin dominance, inverted chart. So I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance as an inverted chart. To me, this looks like a rising wedge. And what we found is previously this was support. This area was support. And this was resistance. And now if this comes back down, Bitcoin dominance, that'll be interesting to see. I do feel that this level is a key level for Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin dominance, so if I change this back to what it was originally, give me a sec. Put it back. Right. We don't have this crossed over yet to go bullish for Bitcoin dominance. So I've got two levels here. Either this level as support for Bitcoin dominance or the next one down. And if the alts keep if Bitcoin dominance keeps dropping and dropping, then sorry guys. I don't know if I can talk that long. Just bear with me. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance, this is the hard part. We don't know what's going to do. I'm just going to get a cough while it goes. Very annoying. Just give me 30 seconds. Thank you for waiting. All right. So we're looking at the dominance. We've got two levels potentially. So far, the alts are winning. I do see Bitcoin momentum changing on the dominance, but not anytime soon. This is the weekly. And on the free day, okay, the free day is still bearish. It's not Bitcoin season yet, but let's say on the 2-day, nothing there. Just a bit of a bearish hidden bullish divergence, pretty much. So this might just mean that we go sideways for a while. All right, so the Bitcoin dominance chart's not going to really help us, except for this part here where we're just finding support. And I do believe, based on that, we found resistance, okay. And I think the alts will probably hit close to them targets. So if we look at Matic, so Matic is also pretty much close to its target. All right. So Bitcoin's close to its resistance, and now we're going to wait and see what happens in the next half a day to a day. And what would the alts do at the time? I think they'll just pause as well. Until the market sorts itself out, we're not going to know what's going to do. Unless the SP 500 goes up, and if I look on the smaller time frame, SP 500, although there's a 15-minute delay, hasn't slowed down, and it's breaking that resistance level. Okay. So I do see this area being resistance, as you can see. So if this is resistance for, based on this, and we had resistance here, so it's the range. So we're going to have a resistance range here. That's going to slow down everything. Does Bitcoin replicate that? It's good to see. But what's likely to happen, it's either going to come back down or it goes higher and just continues on. Or we can go like that as well. So this week will be pretty much a key decider, the way it looks like it. So from there to there, actually it takes probably a day and a half. Okay. So we'll find out soon. Come tomorrow, we'll find out if it breaks this level or gets pushed back down. Total market looks good, but that could be a fake out. And using this Fibonacci method, those are the targets. Total market cap. Key resistance level there, as I said. Based on this formation, that's all we can go with. Key resistance level here for total market cap. And it's no different to this here. So if this was to take place, it's no different to this really. So we can get to 618 and then come back down. And then there's a big rejection. Now I can see Bitcoin dominance go up strong. So you've got to be careful with your alts. Make sure today or tomorrow that your alts have tight stop losses. I'll talk about Matic now. So let's move on. Matic is great. I got Matic, and I wish I got it right down there, but I got still got a bit early. I got around here. So let's look at Matic from a big picture perspective. I think I covered it last time. It's definitely it's performing better than the others. Definitely. Matic's key level was there. So we dropped below it and we regained it. There you go. And this is what's important about key levels. Once you identify it, see how it just breaks above it, comes back, and second time round, holds it and goes up. Now, the neckline for Matic looks like it's there, give or take. That is a key level for Matic and very strong. I would say that as this goes sideways, these 200 moving averages coming there will be Matic's main resistance. It could be the 0.5 Fibonacci level. And if I was to bring this down further, 618, okay. So what's Matic doing at the moment? It's playing out this structure. You can look at the structure in a number of ways. Inverted head and shoulders is one of them. You can pretty much say from there to there is an inverted head and shoulders. And if we assume that, neckline, you can say that that's pretty much the 618 is our target, this range. And you can say that range, give or take a bit, you can see that was the resistance there. We look to the left, that is a strong resistance level. So as this comes to the 0.5, it could be pretty much 0.5. This range, we've got three targets pretty much. 96 cents, $1.04, $1.17, and last one $1.24. So we can maybe push it to that level there, which is the main neckline. And if I'm not wrong, if this was head and shoulders, it just went below it. Okay. So this head and shoulders structure, very similar to Bitcoin. Yep. So the target was hit close to just a bit over, and we found the reversal. Okay. Long term wise, the fact that it's gained that much, if it comes back down here, I would think it won't go further down. To me, Matic is one of the best ones out in terms of chart. This to me looks like a macro continuation pattern. So it's likely, it could be wrong, that we have a big move and we go continue on. It could be wrong. We could potentially, from wherever it does, come back down, maybe come back down a bit more and then go. But we've got to check that out. Matic, how much did that drop? From there, 89%. Fair drop. Yeah, so this could be a macro continuation pattern because it doesn't have much history besides that. So this could be our way 3 to 4 on the bigger picture. So keep that in mind. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, wherever that is. So this could go up to $11. Imagine from 33 cents to $11. Very possible. All right. Solana's doing well. I jumped in today. I think it'll do well. Although it needs to break this resistance. But it's a bit delayed compared to Matic and all the rest, but it's got something very similar. And we've got these Fibonacci levels as targets. IR, again, very similar. This could go further higher. It really depends on Matic at the moment, Bitcoin at the moment. Where are we? Where is it again? Okay, so Nasdaq has also got a bullish candle. Dow Jones, sorry, and the Russell 2000 has also got green candles today. And Nasdaq is also finding a bit of relief, but it's not open. Okay, it's still 6 hours to go. Okay. Here's the main resistance level, so we need to see that break. Okay. What else is going well? Optimism. I had this as a target. If I'm right, then that's way 3 to 4, and then come back down. Looks overextended, but that's not to say you can't keep going a bit more. Geez, Ethereum's going really well, isn't it? I'm spewing. I was leveraging it, but I didn't leverage high enough. Bugger. AVAX is going well as well. So AVAX is playing this structure out. So it's similar to the others like Solana, a bit delayed to AR. But yeah, so it's this is a breakout trade. And if we do just simple, these are our targets. So we've got that target, $25 at the moment. See how that goes. And that's it, guys. If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. I'll stop coughing, so that's a good thing. And that's it, guys. Total market cap is pretty much telling us that it's going bullish. We've got to see it come to this level before we can say anything else. So if we want to look at crypto, we should use the total market cap as a means of referring to the reversal as well as Bitcoin. Whoops. Okay, now last bit, I just saw it, so I can do that as well. The last bit, I have these indicators that, and you can read it there. This was on the 14th. It wasn't quite down low enough. So historically, these are all the previous bottoms. So this has room for this still has room for the bottom to come down. So if you look at this, most of them came down really to the bottom, except for the COVID incident. But the rest are. So this is at the moment, it hasn't quite reached the bottom. So if we go look into Bitcoin, let's see how it looks like today. Yeah, so if we look at the bottom here, it's just ranging. Okay, we can probably get back up a bit. But you can see if we were to use this as historical evidence, as this indicator, we probably have more further lows to do. There's no reason why not. That indicator pretty much shows us against fair value, and it shows that we have enough room to go down. Now, if we look at this, I'll just refresh. If you look at this orange moving average, I can't zoom in this one. Right now, there we go. If we do this, so historically, you can see we spend a fair bit of time on many occasions, pretty much all except for the COVID incident. We spend a fair bit of time below this orange moving fair value moving average. So here we spend months below fair value here as well, and we just started. Actually, let's do that. You can see we're nowhere near as low. Actually, even here we went a fair bit. So, is it a precedent? No. We should be here based on the other charts here for some time. Now, the other indicator, which is stock to flow model, which is about mining versus what's available. Again, the dark colors tell us that the bottom's in. This hasn't got dark yet, so that's one other indicator that This hodl ratio doesn't really help. Historical data used to be there and made a difference. We've been here for months. It hasn't changed anything. So that's not reliable. And realization profit chart, that's not going to help either. So I haven't finished that. But there's a whole bunch of indicators you can go through. On-chain data is not going to really help us these days. MVT used to help us. So MVT right there, we're way below all the other MVT levels. And yeah, everything says we're really extreme, but that doesn't mean the momentum is not on its way. So there's a whole bunch of indicators that give you the case for going bullish and the case for being bearish. So just leave it at that. It's a matter of opinion. Indicators aren't going to really help. I just believe, based on the stock, inflation rates, interest rates, climate, shrinking of the markets, lockdowns, and so on, I do think that we're going to have a prolonged bear market and much lows. And what we haven't seen is capitulation on the stock market, and that's what we're looking for. Some trigger, a capitulation on the stock market will be our trigger, I believe. It's been done many times before, and I think that will be that. In catalyst is the word I'm looking for. And so I'll wrap up on that summary and bid you for good night from me. And I'll